What's going on, guys? And today we're going to be going over my NFL 2017 full playoff predictions, including the Super Bowl, who I think is going to win Super Bowl 51, who I think is going to win the wildcard games this weekend. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of controversy in the comments. Feel free to leave comments. If you want to leave a dislike on this video, go ahead. If you want to leave a like on this video, go ahead. I don't expect you to agree with my opinion. It's just an opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own. Feel free to share your opinion in the comments, like I said. But just remember that it is just an opinion. Don't be attacking anyone in the comments. That's something I never want to promote on my channel, spread hate or anything like that. Everyone has an opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it. If you enjoy this video, hey, leave a like. But let's go ahead and get right into it. First off, we got the Miami Dolphins versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now this game is at Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is on a 7-game winning streak. However, most of those wins are against bad teams. But hey, a win is a win. They've been doing consistently, winning games. They're 6-2 at home this season, and this game is at home. The Dolphins have the 3rd worst run defense in the league, and that's not going to help going against Le'Veon Bell. And they will also be missing their best corner in Brian Maxwell, and also missing their starting QB and Ryan Tannehill. This is huge right here. The Miami Dolphins haven't won a playoff game since the year 2000, and this is in 2016. This is 2017. Everything wacky that happened in 2016. So we're going to leave that from there. I don't see them win this game. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers take this game easily, especially in Pittsburgh. It's a playoff city. It's a playoff town. I think they take this one. The only saving grace for the Dolphins is they did beat the Steelers earlier in the season 30-15, but I don't see that happening again. The next wildcard game is the Oakland Raiders versus the Houston Texans. Now, before Derek Carr got hurt, I would have said the Oakland Raiders in general. If the Colts would have made the playoffs, I would have said the Indianapolis Colts would beat the Houston Texans. My Colts, unfortunately, we didn't make it. This is a matchup with two teams with both quarterbacks never played an NFL game. One quarterback just played their first NFL game last week, and one's coming back to the team after being benched. This is a terrible matchup. You hate to see injuries in the NFL, and this is one of the reasons. Now, the Texans are 7-1 at home this year, and they also lead the league in defense. Not sure if you guys watched the game last week versus the Broncos, the Oakland Raiders versus the Denver Broncos, but Chris Cook played in that game, and he looked terrible. He threw a pick, and he had two, I think he had sack fumbles. I'm not sure if they recovered them or not, but the man looks like a turnover machine, and he's playing against the best defense in the NFL. The Oakland Raiders played the Houston Texans earlier in the season and barely squeaked out that victory, forcing 2 turnovers with Derek Carr starting. Derek Carr had to pull off some fourth quarter magic, but they forced 2 turnovers. They had more yards in the game. They also had more first downs in that game and a greater time of possession. I just don't see it being done. The Oakland Raiders are obviously overall the better team, but the Houston Texans, it just lined up for them. They're taking this W. They're taking the win in Houston, which is where Super Bowl 51 is being played. Now this is the game of the weekend in my opinion. The New York Giants versus the Green Bay Packers. Eli Manning versus Aaron Rodgers is ultimately who will decide who will win this game. Key factor right here, in New York's 2 previous Super Bowl runs, they went to Green Bay and beat them. They beat Brett Favre in overtime, and they beat the Packers, who were having a historic season. Historic. They were like 15-1. They went into Lambeau and beat them. Now this is New York. Now this is you. Oh my gosh. Now this is oh my god. Now does this New York Giants team look like someone who can win a Super Bowl? They absolutely do not. But do they ever look like they can win a Super Bowl? Yeah, ask yourself the same question. Now they just happen to catch fire at the most important times, and these 2 teams playing are the 2 most hottest teams in the NFL right now. Green Bay has won their previous 6 games. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 18 touchdowns with 0 interceptions, 0 goose egg in the past 7 games. Packers are averaging 30 points per game in that span. However, the Giants are just as hot. They've basically been playing playoff games each of the past 3 weekends, especially against the Redskins. Defense wins championships, and I think that proves again this time around. Giants have one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think Aaron Rodgers will not have enough to get it done. I'm taking the upset. In Lambeau, the New York Giants will beat the Green Bay Packers. I said it. Don't hate me. Now, Detroit versus Seattle. This game is going to be in Seattle, and I'm sorry, but this one, other than the Chiefs versus Steelers game, I think this is probably the easiest matchup to pick. Now, I will say, out of 3 of the last 4 meetings have been decided by 4 or fewer points versus these 2 teams. So don't sleep on the Lions. Seattle is definitely not the team that they've had in the past where they had their running game with Marshawn Lynch. He's no longer there. The Lions haven't been a postseason team this year. The Seahawks have also won all 5 postseason games they've had at Century League Field since Pete Carroll took over. I think they got the better coach, they've got the better team, and it's at home. Matthew Stafford is battling some injuries with that middle finger. He hasn't been the same since he's injured it. I'm just going to have to go with Seattle here. The Lions are also 0-3 in their previous games, so just really cold right now. Seahawks, not the team from previous years, but they're better than the Lions easily. I'm taking Seattle over the Lions. So continuing on now into the divisional round, let's jump back to the AFC side where we got the Steelers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This game will be in Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs are one of the most balanced teams in the league. They have a really good offense and a really good defense. Now these two teams did meet up in the regular season early on, and the Steelers blew them out 43-14. The Chiefs won a tournament, and also the Chiefs won the turnover battle in that game. Makes no sense. Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and the entire team just had a field day on offense. That's my worry with this team. If they're getting outscored on offense, I don't see them catching up. Alex Smith, I can't trust Alex Smith. I'm sorry, it might be personal bias. I just can't do it. They have a really good defense, and it sucks because they're healthy this year. They got a first round bye. It seems like they should be definitely moving on to the AFC Championship, but I just don't see it. Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben, and Antonio Brown, I see them making it to the AFC Championship. It's so hard to bet against the Steelers. They go deep into the playoffs every year. They're an experienced team. They're a playoff team. I see them beating the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City and making it to the AFC Championship. Now, this game I'm not even going to talk about. This is the Patriots versus Texans game. We'll just move on with that. Going to the NFC side, starting with the top right, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. They also played earlier in the year with the Seahawks winning by 2 in Seattle. Now, if this game was in Seattle, I would be choosing the Seattle Seahawks, but I am not. I'm choosing the Atlanta Falcons to move to the NFC Championship. They have one of the best offenses, probably the second best offense behind the same. They have possibly the MVP and Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and their entire team will be healthy. You can't, it's so hard to outscore them. You just can't, it's really difficult to outscore the Atlanta Falcons. They have 2 great running backs in Coleman and Freeman. They have a solid offensive line. Again, Julio Jones, star receiver, MVP and Matt Ryan. And the Seattle, the defense is still solid, but Earl Thomas, we're not sure if he's going to be playing in this game. He'll be ready. He'll be healthy again. Now, this game is close. I think that Pete Carroll will be able to outcoach the Falcons coach, but I just don't see this game being close. I'm taking the Falcons to get the revenge at home and move on to the NFC Championship. Cowboys versus Giants. The Giants are just a scary team. So any team they play, they have a chance to win. I don't know why. It's just something about being a playoff team, which the Giants are, makes them very interesting. The Giants have been the Cowboys' kryptonite this season. The Cowboys are 0-2 versus the Giants this season. They only lost 3 games, 2 of them against the Giants. First one being week 1 and the other one being not too recently when the Cowboys look to be the greatest team in the league, like they're going to win Super Bowl no matter what. The Giants beat them. They've been their kryptonite. However, I think something about this year is just the Cowboys' year. Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, both being rookies. They have one of the best defenses. They have a top 5 defense in the league. The Cowboys do a great offense. If Dak Jones doesn't turn the ball over, even though the Giants have had the Cowboys number, I don't see it happening 3 times in a row. They break the streak and they move on to the NFC Championship. Cowboys fans rejoice. Y'all are going deep into the playoffs. Now we have Pittsburgh versus New England. Now this game is in New England. The Pittsburgh Steelers have all the necessary tools to beat New England with their offense, but I do not see them having the defense to stop Brady. And his team. As far as coaching, quarterback-wise, they are the greatest of this generation. I hate to say it coming from a Colts fan, seeing Brady beat Peyton Manning all those times, seeing the Patriots beat the Colts all those times, especially in the playoffs. And the scary thing about it is they do have a better team than they did last year. The O-line is better. The defense is better. They have a top 5 defense, as I already said. Again, I'll say it one more time. This game is in Foxborough. The Steelers will be beaten up. I think it will be a good game, but it won't be that close. I think it'll be the winning team will have won by more than one possession. And I got the Patriots going to Super Bowl 51. NFC Championship, Falcons versus Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have a great defense and a good offense, which you could even say maybe they have a great offense with Ezekiel Elliott. And the Atlanta Falcons have a great offense, but a good defense. They get to the quarterback, but can they stop the run game, which Dallas eats off of with Ezekiel Elliott. This game's going to be in Dallas. Again, I'll say it again. Something about this year, it is Dallas's year to go to the Super Bowl. America's team is back again. Donald Trump's the president. America's team's back again. I don't know. Maybe it happened. Hey, nothing against Donald Trump. But something about it. Dallas Cowboys, Ben McAdoo will get it done. Will get it done coaching-wise. I think special teams-wise, Dallas Cowboys will win the battle. I think defensive-wise, they will win the battle, and they might lose the battle on offense, but I think they'll get some help with special teams and defense. Ezekiel Elliott will keep continuing to be a beast. Dak might have one interception, might have 2 interceptions, but I still think they'll find a way to get it done. And the Super Bowl will be set in Houston. The Dallas Cowboys will face the New England Patriots. Super Bowl 51, the Patriots versus the Cowboys. We've been saying it all season. It's crazy that it's come to this. We expected the Patriots to be here, but the Cowboys, no way. Rookie QB, rookie running back, defense showing up out of nowhere. What is going on? But history repeats itself. Tom Brady is on a mission. I believe that he gets his 5th ring in Houston, where he won his 2nd ring back in Houston. The game's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be in Houston. Dallas Cowboys fans are gonna travel. It's gonna be it's gonna seem like a home game for Dallas. It's gonna seem like a home game for real. But they go, the Patriots go on the road. They come down south. Tom Brady gets his 5th ring. Gets his 5th ring to end all debates of him being the best quarterback of all time. The New England Patriots will be your Super Bowl 51 champ. That was tough. That was really tough. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I probably won't be all correct. No, F that. I'm going to be 100% correct. That is totally a joke. If I am, though, you guys will know it. Check me out with if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications so you never miss a video. I generally make some NFL content regarding Madden, the video game, and stuff like this. I'm going to be definitely testing out more often. If you guys want to see another video like this where I maybe do some type of method to predict who was going to win the bracket, maybe like using a coin or using cards, let me know in the comments or just by leaving a like on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Continue to be an open hand. Check me out with my social media in the description, and I'm signing out. Peace.